Hey, um, so I know I said I wasn't going to be making videos for a while, and don't get me wrong, that is still the case, but now for another reason on top of just YouTube being absolute garbage. Um, so, something happened a fair while ago, and when I say a fair while ago, I mean like the day after I made my most recent video on this channel. And I haven't made a video talking about it for a few reasons, the main one just being the holidays. But aside from that, there was also the reason that for the longest time I had nothing to make a video about it with. I'm not actually recording this video on my laptop right now, or specifically my laptop that I've used for the past few years. I actually got a new laptop somewhat recently, as a gift. And it's very nice. It's actually a very nice computer. I'm very grateful that I have it. But there is a reason why I needed a new one in the first place, and that's what I have to talk about. So basically, recently my laptop, the one that I've been using for a few years, the one that I make all of my videos on, the one that I make pretty much everything on, encountered a white screen of death. And for those of you who don't know what a white screen of death is, it's basically when your computer just completely freezes up, or when the screen just displays pure white on the monitor, which usually means that there's just something wrong with the screen, or the thing that connects the screen to the internal stuff. And that also means that most of the time you can just use an HDMI out and plug it into your TV and see what you're doing on the thing like that. Which at first was actually the case, and that worked. Now at that point I probably should have backed up the computer on something like an external drive, or, I don't know, like on Google Drive or something. But I didn't think to do that, because I was just kind of concerned with the horrifying idea that it was broken. So the first thing that I tried to do, foolishly, was look up online ways to try and fix it. And the one that I seemed to see come up again and again was to turn it off and boot it back up in safe mode. So I tried that, but it didn't fix the problem. If anything, it actually made it much worse. Because when I went to boot it back up, not only was the HDMI out no longer working, but the entire machine seemed to just be weird. It wasn't connecting to the internet, which I could tell from a little light on the keyboard. When I hit the power button, instead of going into sleep mode, it just turned completely off. Although it seemed to still boot up instantaneously. Which meant that at that point, I didn't know if it was even functioning properly, or if it was potentially permanently damaged. And that's pretty much the last that I tried doing anything with it. And I haven't been able to find a fix for it yet. Now, the reason why this is a problem is because everything, and I mean everything, that I was working on was on that computer. And I had next to nothing backed up. And when I say next to nothing, I mean the few things that I did have backed up were the 6 existing episodes of Season 3 of Infinity Bit, which, well, it is good that I did that, then it's kind of useless if I don't have any of the other ones, and I'll get into why that is later. But pretty much everything that I had was on that laptop, and that includes not just Infinity Bit, but my video editing software, scripts that I'd written out for episodes and videos, the assets for InfinityBit, which is just like all of the backgrounds and the music and all that, which might not seem too important, but when you realize that it is, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know. Basically everything that I had was on the computer, and I don't know if I may have just lost it all. I'm gonna try and take it in for repair. I have no idea where I'm gonna do that, or if it'll actually work, especially I have no idea where I'll be able to go where I'll be able to afford that. And even if I do find a place, then the problem is that they'll still charge me even if they can't fix it, which then means that I won't really be able to take it to another place because I won't have any money to do that. So at the moment, as far as I know, it is not broken, and I may just be telling myself that so that I feel a little bit less insecure, but as far as I know, it's not broken. It's just damaged very badly. I'm hoping it's not broken, but I also do have to be honest and say that there is a pretty high chance that it is. And like I said, that means that everything that I had on there, which is like scripts for videos, footage for videos, you know, images, music, video editor projects, a whole bunch of stuff is just gone. And if I can't figure out a way to repair my laptop, then I don't think I'll have any way to get it back. Because there was just a lot of irreplaceable files on that, like text documents and all the other stuff that I already mentioned. So, the only thing I can think of, and this will only work if the files themselves aren't permanently damaged because the machine itself isn't permanently damaged, is I might be able to take apart the laptop, so like just like open it up and remove the internal hard drive, put it in like a box, and then use it as an external. And if the files themselves and all the data itself isn't permanently damaged, like it very well might be, then I might be able to get some of that stuff back. So like I might be able to get some footage back, or get some images or assets back, and if I'm super lucky, I might be able to get some video editor projects back, which means, you know, actual episodes that weren't finished yet. But even if I can do that, I don't think it'll work unless I'm using it on the actual computer, because of, you know, it has to figure out all the paths of where to actually find all the footage and all that. So at the moment, I'm not entirely sure what to do. Like I said, I do have a new laptop. It's pretty okay, although at the moment I don't have anything on it other than just a camera. And I'm actually using an external webcam right now, because even though on my old computer I was able to just use the built-in one, the built-in one for this is garbage. So, and it also only has 2 USB ports, so a lot of the time I have to either be very creative or have a USB extender, which doesn't always work for things. So I'm trying the best that I can to rebuild and to possibly repair the other computer. And at the moment I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna go about doing that. Like I said, this happened a fair while ago. And I haven't been able to say anything because A, holidays, and B, I didn't have something to record a video with. And for the past few days I could have, but I didn't really want to, just because, again, holidays, but also because I really just didn't want to be overwhelmed. And I'm trying not to get too worried about it, and I'm trying to kind of relax and hope for the best, because that's the best that I can really do at the moment. But by nature, I'm a very cynical person, so when something like this comes up, I always just assume the worst and kind of stick to that. So even though I'm doing everything in my power to try and hope for the best, in the back of my mind, there will always be just this voice saying, it's all gone. It's all gone. All the images are gone, all the episodes are gone, all the sound files are gone, the text documents, the scripts, the work, the effort, the everything is just gone. And as much as that might be true, then there's also an equal chance that it is true. And if it is true, then that would just kind of be devastating for obvious reasons. You know, because that would be years, months, weeks of just blood, sweat, and tears just trying to build up to something just completely erased. And I mentioned earlier that it's kind of useless only having the existing episodes of Infinity Bit backed up, and that's because when I only have that, and I'm not able to make new episodes, which I probably wouldn't be able to without the backgrounds and the music and all that, then, and especially with the way that Season 3 is built, because the way that Season 3 was designed and written, is that it's not really treated as an 8-episode season of a show. It's more like an hour and 20-minute long movie that just all builds up to the final episode, to the point where every episode after episode 1 ends with "to be continued." So I don't really know what to do at the moment. I'm kind of stuck. And I'm trying the best I can. Like I said, I'm trying the best I can to rebuild and to see what I can and can't get back, if I can get anything back, which I'm hoping that I can, but I'm not sure. So, I probably sound like a broken record saying this at this point, but I'm really sorry for the long wait for me actually putting stuff out. And if I'm not able to get the stuff back, I probably won't be able to put out even the existing stuff, because like I said, it's not made to just have standalone episodes. So, I want to at least give you my word so that you know that I'm at least trying the best I can. I want to give you my word that if I can get everything back from my laptop, then as long as I am alive and breathing on this planet, I will put out the episodes of Season 3. And I know that I've kind of put it off for a long, long time. Like, to the point where I guarantee you there is no chance it's coming out before next year. Which is kind of unfortunate, because it's just been this thing that I've been working on for so long. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I've been working on for so long, and I may or may not have just lost it all. So I'm trying my best to keep my cool and to not get too worked up over it, because that's just not gonna lead to anything good. That's gonna be a very bad thing. And I'm just trying to look at it as positively as I humanly can, which, like I said, as a very cynical person, is pretty hard for me. So, I'll try to keep you updated if anything happens, but I don't know if anything will happen. If anything does, I will say something about it. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of stuck here, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do. And if it turns out that I have lost everything that was on there, then I have literally no idea where I'm gonna go from there, and if I'm even gonna be able to keep, making stuff for this channel, or in general, because if I just lose everything, then I may completely lose my motivation to continue, because at that point, what's even the point? I don't know. I'm probably not making any sense. I should probably just end this video before it's drawn out way too long. So thank you guys for watching. Please bear with me. I'm trying the best I can. I don't want to let anyone down. And it would be a really devastating blow to just this channel, and also to me doing what I love, which is a lot of what I do on this channel. I'm just hoping for the best, and that everything will go back to normal, and that I haven't just completely lost years of work. And on that note, I think I'll end the video. Salutations, and I usually do it with this one, don't I? Salutations, and goodbye.